Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to create image carousel in React. So hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to create image carousel in React.js. So let's start. So I have created a functional component and named it image carousel. So we are going to create a image carousel in React.js. So first of all, we need some dummy images. So for that, I'm going to create some dummy data. So let me create some dummy data first. So let me create the data. Let me name it array, and array will be having. I'm 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 going to create an array. So first of all, array dot from array of length 10. So this will create a array of length 10. Okay, so yes, this is my data. So let me render this data on the UI. So first, so what I have to do is I have to render each item, then I have to map it. So array dot map, and from here we are returning div. Okay, so here we are returning div. From here, let me extract item and index. Okay, and let me pass key here. Key is index, and use a curly braces and write item. Most probably you won't see anything on UI, but let me check. Yes, you are not able to see anything on UI because of this. So let me add some element here. um, I so I'm initializing this array with with uh, with its index. Let me do index plus 1 to remove the 0. Yes, now you are able to see each item on the UI. So let me add some styling here. So let me add a class here, flex, and let me also uh, add classes here also. Let me add some let me give it some width of 20, height of 20. Okay, so also need some border to differentiate the boxes. Yes, so you are able to see the 10 boxes. Okay, so what I want to build is I want to create some such carousel where I can I can see a fixed size of element with next and previous buttons, so that if I'm clicking on the next button, then I can see the next item. If I'm clicking on the previous button, then I can see the previous items. Okay, so for that, let me first increase its width and height. Let me give it 40, height 40. Okay, and we need we need next and previous button. Let me wrap it in a div first. Okay, let me wrap it in a div. uh, yes, so this part I have to wrap, and let me add this styling here. And what other thing? Yes, we have to add two buttons, the previous and the next button. Okay, so let me also add some classes here. Class, what class should I give? Okay, let me give it padding of 2 and some border. Okay, let me add the same classes to this next button, and space in the x direction 2. Okay, okay, yes, it is fine. And let me add some, you know, bg color, bg gray 50, cursor pointer. Correct, correct. Let me change this to 100 because I'm not able to differentiate between white and the gray. I think it should work now. Still, let me change the color. What else I can give here is, let me add sky blue here, sky blue of 200. Yes, so I can clearly see the previous and next button. So instead of rendering all the images, let assume this is an image. So instead of rendering all image in single go, what we have to do is we have to create a window of 3 element. Okay, so let's do that. And for that, let me create another array so that I can only add those elements which I want to show on the UI. So for that, let me, we also need some, calculation what all element we have to add in the particular array. So let me create create a function which will return an array. So render items. Okay, uh, let answer equals to an array, and this will return answer. Now we can render this, we can render this array instead of this uh, this this whole array. Okay, so let me check on the yes. So initially there is no element because it is empty, so we have to add, let I equals to 0, I less than or equals to, we need some size, what size of window we want to create. So let me add a size of 3. Okay, so this is size of 3, and we have to increase I every time for each iteration. Yes, and uh, we have to add this every time. Answer dot push area of I. We have to push always array of ith element into the array for this size. Okay, so yes, so we are able to see the 3 element. Let me click on the next. Oh, okay, so now we have to write such logic so that on clicking on next button we can see next item here. Okay, so for that, let me first make it in center and margin top of 10. Correct. And we also need to uh, we also, I need some spacing between these two divs. Okay, so let me give the space of x in 2 and bg pink 200. Yes, so yes, instead of giving bg to the whole parent, we can give here bg, we can add it background here. Correct. Let me also make it in justify center item center. Okay, why it is not working? Oh, we haven't added any flex, that's why this one will come center. Okay, so this, assume this is my first image, second image and third image. So our next logic is, we want to add some logic where on click of this next button we want to see next element here. So yes, so let me write a function for handling next and previous. On click handle next, handle next. Okay, so we have to we have to we have to keep track of the uh, active element. Okay, so let me make a state uh, state to preserve the active element, const active set active. Okay, initially our zeroth index will be active element. So, okay, so we always use this active as starting index. Okay, and this will go from active to staging. This should size plus active, and we have to use here use client because we are using Next.js, and in Next.js you must use client for a client component. Okay, so on click of next we need next element, so on click of next we need to increase this active by 1. Okay, previous, oh, previous plus 1. Let me check. Okay, so because this is not working, because we are not calling this function to update this array, answer array. So for that we need a use effect. Okay, to check when our when I'm clicking this next button. Okay, so this next button, so this render item array should call on whenever this active is changing. Okay, whenever this active is changing we have to call. Yes, see, this is working. Okay, so see, there is some bug. This is become blank, so we have to fix this. So what we have to check is, we have to check we when we have not to increase it, we have to reset it to 1 when if previous is greater than active dot uh, array dot length. If it is becoming greater than the previous, then we have to set it 0, else previous plus 1. This logic should work. Okay, I'm clicking 7. Okay, again, so see, this is working, but we are not able to handle this array is not updating perfectly. So what we have to do is, the logic I'm writing here is, I want to make it a circular carousel. Okay, so I want such logic, then if it is the last element, then it next should be the first element. So for that we have to write here modulo I modulo array dot length. This will return the first element if it is exceeding its last element. So see, yes, this is working. And for the previous, what we have to do is, we just have to write same logic with the previous functionality. So let me write here previous, handle previous, and let me copy this and let me write here handle previous, and instead of increasing it we want to reduce it. Okay, so what we are doing, if we are checking if previous is great, if it is less than or equals to 0, then we have to write array dot length, else we have to just reduce by 1. So see, it's working now. So our carousel is ready. This is the logic. Hope you guys like this video. So thank you everyone, we will meet again in the next video with next topic.